All right. The other thing you can do is you can come in and put materials on these. I'm not going to do that right now. It might take me a little while to do it. Maybe I'll do it a little later if I feel like I have time. But what I want to do right now is make kind of a 2.5D version of this guy right here. So what I'm going to do is actually take this tile and I'm just going to make a copy of it down here, right? And I'm going to explode it. And I'll go into my 3D, into my perspective view, right? And take a look at it. A little trick too, if your zoom well, not a trick, but you can go to your set view and pick it. And if you go to zoom extents selected right here, it'll zoom extents selected, and then you'll have a little bit, it'll reset the zoom. So you can come in and kind of fix that guy. So let's go ahead and work with this guy. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rotate these two middle pieces. So let's rotate. Actually, I'm going to rotate 3D, right? So I'll pick this guy and let's rotate it maybe about this center axis here. And I'll just rotate it. I'll just type in 90, rotate it 90 degrees, right? So you've got that guy going 90 degrees. And then maybe this one, you know, we can either rotate that, we could rotate another, you know, one of these. Let's just go ahead and rotate this middle one again. We'll just say that these middle pieces are rotating. And I'm just going to rotate this one around this axis, right? So, and maybe, I don't know, 45 degrees. So if I go to shaded, right, you're starting to get kind of a 2.5D version of this, which I think is okay. You can also start to extrude those guys, right? But once you start doing that, you're going to have to think about like how they're running into each other, because we're not doing anything with dimension in the Z, so you might have to make some adjustments based on that. But basically what I'm going to do now is pick this guy and block it. And I'll put that base point in the bottom corner, and I'll name this cell 3D-1. Okay, click OK. And then I can come in and make a tile out of it if I want to. I could repeat this one however I want to, right? I would just array it. So if I come in and let's make a tile out of it, just to be consistent, right? Whoops. Alt, not Shift. Make a copy of it over here. And then I can come in and, I don't know, copy it from there to there. And then maybe, let's look at it in, maybe we could mirror it, which would do that, or we could copy it. I don't know. Seems like maybe a polar array would be nicer with this one. Let's just polar array it. And you can always play with it, obviously. Okay, so now we've got that guy. And then I'll block this one. And again, you don't have to do all the blocking, but if you really want to test things, you know, I would recommend it. Also, sometimes it's easier to pick it all at once, you know. And so then I can take this guy and array it. 10, 10, 1, and the cell distance there, and enter, right? And then if I go into 3D, you start to see that guy taking all of that taking place, right? So you're getting that pattern, but then when you look at it on the side, you know, it looks a little different with those guys sticking up. You know, you get a little bit of a hole, that kind of thing. All right. Seems like it would be nicer if something else were rotated too. Maybe You rotate 3D this guy too. Just kind of keep it all connected at the center. Maybe that guy goes down 45, right? And click OK. So now we've got a little bit more happening. Okay, so there's that. When we come back, we'll look at doing a three-dimensional array. Okay.